Imagine being ripped from your home, restrained from your family, restricted from freedom, rattled with fear, yet rejecting all rules even when it meant risking your life. It was difficult and it was dangerous, but this is exactly what one young Romanian Jewish doctor did in order to save several hundred lives during the atrocious Holocaust that killed millions. I myself come from a split family of Jewish and Christian faith. Stories of heroes like this one remind me to be thankful that I am alive and that I have my family by my side. Unfortunately, that is not the case for this doctor. She lost her husband, she lost her mother, she lost her father, and she lost all of her extended family. But she teaches us the lesson that in times of great struggle, we must push through and help our neighbors around us. Many women grow up longing for a family, to give birth to beautiful, healthy, sweet baby boys and girls. This was no different in the years leading up to the Holocaust. However, the gift of life was a death sentence in the Auschwitz concentration camps. And one gynecologist took on the toll of either bringing these beautiful lives into a world of death and despair, or cutting them short before they could even start in order to save the new mothers' lives. This was done in secrecy, though, and although it didn't exactly line up with her faith, she did what she had to do to prevent entire barracks of women being slaughtered. She had no proper tools, no proper training, no medicines, no antiseptics, no bandages. She didn't even have running water. The task of an abortion was very daunting, and it was as risky as tight-roping on sewing thread. But she persisted because she knew she could not turn away the women coming to her for help. She was their last string of hope. When she was deported to the Auschwitz camp, she was forced to work for Dr. Joseph Mengele, known as the Angel of Death. He was a German physician who was an SS captain of Auschwitz. She was to bring to his attention any and every pregnancy in the camp. He fooled women into confessing to their pregnancies, some of them not even pregnant, because he told them that they would be sent to camps with better conditions for expecting mothers. This wasn't the reality, though. They would go on to be experimented on, brutally tortured, sometimes even raped, and eventually killed. When the doctor found out about this, she vowed that any and every pregnancy she found out about, she would hide. Sexual assault was no rarity in this camp. Many were the victims of SS officers, and some even victims of male prisoners. This doctor was no different. She was a victim herself, but you would have never known it because she held herself high and did what she had to do to save lives. She spent many long nights performing life-saving surgeries, sometimes even having to give birth to babies, risking Nazis hearing the babies' cries and catching them and killing them. When she wasn't using her hands to treat Nazi-inflicted wounds, she was using her words of encouragement and hope to treat patients. As she discussed in her autobiography, "I was a doctor in Auschwitz." This doctor was known as the Angel of Auschwitz. She was no other than Dr. Gisela Pearl. A History.com article titled, "The Auschwitz Doctor Saved Women's Lives," was also a fellow inmate, posted March 3, 2017, by Brian Holland, discussed how years later, every time she would deliver a new baby, she would say a prayer and say, "God, you owe me a life, a living baby." She was even invited to dinner by Eleanor Roosevelt, who encouraged her to continue her work years after her liberation and U.S. citizenry. For many, many years, Dr. Gisela Pearl held the weight of guilt on her shoulders from the many operations, but she eventually came to realize that she had no other choice, and in the end she saved many, many lives that were doomed to death. Dr. Gisela Pearl, Angel of Auschwitz, is a reminder to all of us of the unsung heroes of the Holocaust and the dangerous, risky procedures and methods they took in order to save those around them. We thank them all. Thank you.